My name is Yair Lev, and I'm from Marion Station. We have two young kids in elementary school in Kidwood Elementary. And since the in-person board meeting was canceled, I decided to record my speech. For well over 6 months, more and more parents have been speaking up in our district about how we envision education for our kids in public school, including teacher-led education without being forced to use Chromebooks and other devices for core curriculum delivery, such as math. More than 800 community members signed the petition asking the district not to eliminate the policy that allowed family to opt into this teacher-led education and opt out of the one-to-one devices and require the building principal to work with families to create an equivalent teacher-led education experience. For many months, board members listened to so many public comments and received so many emails from community members, parents from the community, including developmental specialists, pediatricians, psychologists, educators, of course, tech experts, policymakers, university professors, and so many others, and asking that this policy will not be eliminated. At the last policy meeting, just a couple of weeks ago, a community member read from an email obtained recently, months earlier, showing that the superintendent had already communicated his intention with the president of the board to eliminate this option. Now, to us, that raised a deeply troubling question. So, was this decision predetermined while months of public input were just being heard and still being heard? We're serious people. We're serious parents who believe strongly in teacher led education and who have serious concerns about excessive reliance on education technology, including the safety, the privacy, the distractions, the quality of the learning, the digital walls between the teachers and the kids, and so much more. After a video from that meeting was posted on social media, multiple negative comments appeared. As far as we can determine, none of them came from members of our community, and there are serious concerns that some may be even generated by bots or sock puppet accounts. Yet we were absolutely horrified and disgusted about all of this, and our community strongly rejects any threats, any violence, any hatred, any intimidation of any kind to anybody, especially for the hardworking board members who are volunteering their time, bandwidth, and energy. At the same time, the district used these comments as a reason to cancel the in-person meeting for what appears to be the most important board meeting of the year, where the final education technology policy will be presented and voted on. And they moved it to Zoom, where parents will not be able to speak in person and some of them will be able to text a response. We repeatedly asked the district throughout the summer to work with us on the new policy, as they have promised us months ago. They have not responded to our emails. They have not talked to us. They've refused to talk to us, and they have not meaningfully incorporated our feedback at all. Let me tell you something about social media. I have personally experienced the ugliness of social media, how terrible it is, while advocating for less technology and more teacher-led education. I've been called a dirty Jew, mocked for being partially Israeli. I was told to leave this country and go back to Israel with my friend Epstein. I was told that I hate kids and I want schools to explode. I was called an idiot and much worse and more. But you know what my response was? My response was not to use these comments to divide the community, to vilify anybody. My response was to point out what they reveal. Social media can be horrible, extraordinary hostility, bullying, hatred, cruelty. It can show all of that in adults. It's horrible. And we all know this. Anybody who's ever been on social media. And if this is what happens to adults, what chance do our children have using social media? And a lot of the social media across the country is used on school issue devices. Parents here and across the country will continue advocating what we believe is right for our kids. We will not accept being portrayed as some sort of a weird anti-technology cult. We're not going to be accepting that we are anti-teacher extremists or a violent mob simply because we're asking for teacher-led education, required parental consent, and safer, healthier public schools. Because we really are doing this for our kids.